Welcome back to another episode of Kotlin Bootcamp for Programmers. In this episode, I'm going to teach you the constructor, the secondary constructor, the init block, and the getter and setter inside the class. Along with the previous examples that I created a class called Aquarium and added these three parameters, length, width, and height, and added one more member function named as print size that will print as these width, length, and height. It means the size of the aquarium. And inside the main function, I created one function called create aquarium, and this create aquarium makes an instance of aquarium, and now we printed the aquarium size here. And inside the main function, I created that aquarium. So this was just to create a simple class called Aquarium. Now let's make a constructor inside Aquarium, a different constructor. How we can create a constructors? In some programming language, the constructor is defined by creating a method within the class that has the same name as the class. In Kotlin, you define the constructor directly in class declaration itself, specifying the parameters inside the parentheses as if the class was a method. As with the example in Kotlin, those parameters can include default values. Now I want to remove these ones. No, first I want to create an instance of these or these parameters inside the constructor. You can specify after the class name as a parenthesis, and then you can mention all the variable or all the parameters name here. Length, it will be integer data type, and the default value is 100. And the second is width, it is integer data type, and the default value is 20. And the third one is height, and again it is integer data type, and the default value is 40 as it was same it was previously. Now I wanna store this length to this length variable or parameter, this height to this height parameters, and this width to this width parameter. This will print as the size of this aquarium, and again this will print as the size of that. Now in Kotlin, even you can remove all of these parameters here, and you can initialize these variables in the inside constructors. See the magic now. We can remove all of these. First, before doing that example, let's see now the input. Now I want to print the size of aquarium as it is with the default value, or I want to create a new aquarium val, aquarium 1 equal to aquarium, and now I want to change the width as like 30 as it was 20, or aquarium 1 dot print size. Now the second aquarium I want to create is aquarium, and now it is second aquarium equal to, now I want to create an instance of aquarium with the length of like 200, and the third aquarium again I wanna and the third one I wanna create an instance of aquarium and third equal to aquarium. I wanna change this time the height of aquarium to, like it was 40, you can make it as 80. Now I wanna print the size of each and every one. Aquarium 2, it was 2 dot print size, and now this one is aquarium 3 dot print size. Now if we see the result right now, so we can get 40, it was by default. Now we can specify, we can call each and every constructor of these classes with default value or with parameters, or even we can specify all of the parameters. For example, val aquarium 4 is equal to an aquarium. It is an aquarium with the construct of width as like 23 as the length of length is equal to 230 and the height is equal to 100. Now if we see, we can specify the parameters name and we can send the argument. We can specify the parameter name and we can send the value like this. And now if I print the last one, let's see the aquarium 4 dot print size. Now we will see all these values here. Now look at this, the fourth one width is 23, 230 and 100. Now this was the default constructor or the primary constructor in the Kotlin class, or even we can, even we can remove these variable or parameters here and just we declare this variable here. I wanna use dot var here and one variable here and one variable here. Now I want to remove all of this. If you see, now the same thing it was, so we change those variable, we remove this variable declaration here and we declare the variable here inside the primary constructor. So now if we see the result or the output, it will be the same, it will not change anything for us. Now sometimes it happens that these declarations, or this is the declaration, but sometimes it happens that you will need more initialization code to be done. For example, in the above constructor, declare the parameters and assign the value of the expression to them. But if your constructor need more initialization code, it can be placed in one or more init block. So we can have init block inside this aquarium class, it is init, and inside this. So this init block run whenever we create an instance of this aquarium. For example, I want to print aquarium initialization, or we can have the second init block also, even third. We can have many more init block inside our class. The second one will print as the volume of the aquarium, as like this, print ln, and now the volume is equal to, now I want to use this $sign and parameters. What is the volume? Width times length times height, and all of them divide by 1000, and at the end letter. What it means? It means I want to print one letter equal to 1000 centimeter cube. I want to print the volume of this aquarium class in the third or in the second init block. Now if we see the output, right now, let's see the output. First, aquarium initialization, this one will call, and the second one, the volume is called, the volume is 80, and after that width, this is called like this. First of all, with the creating of an instance of aquarium, these two init block is called. First one, this is the first init block, this is the second init block. These init block will execute in order. First, this is the order, first, the second will call. Now the second time it executes, then aquarium initialization, volume, again width, the aquarium initialization, volume and width, all of them. Now this was the init block. What if we have more constructor or secondary constructor? It means in Kotlin. So in Kotlin, in addition to primary constructor, which can have one or more init blocks. Kotlin also has or it can have more secondary constructor to allow constructor overloading. And Kotlin coding style says that each class should have only one constructor using default values and name parameters. This is because using multiple constructors leads to more code path and the likelihood that one or more path will go untested. Every secondary constructor must call the primary constructor first, either directly using this or indirectly by calling another secondary constructor. Now, let's create a secondary constructor. I want to create a secondary constructor by the help of constructor keyword. This is the constructor keyword, and then I want to get the number of fish from user. Number of fish. This number of fish will be integer because it's a number. Now here you have to call the primary constructor with the help of this keyword, the constructor keyword, the parameters, and then you have to extend. This is the extend function. We will cover this in the extend or in the inheritance or in extend in abstract field. We will cover this why it is colon. Now this constructor extends this, it means this keyword. Whenever you see this, it will point out to the itself the class. Whenever you see this one, it will point out to Aquarium. Now here I want to create the value as a tank, and I want to store the tank number of fish times 2000 times 1.1. I want to calculate the volume of this aquarium class. Assume that each fish we get the number of fish. Assume we get number of fish, and each fish will occupy inside 2 liters of water, and we need one more extra space for our aquarium, that the water does not spill. Like this we get the volume of our aquarium according to the number of fish. It means how many fish we need that we have this much of water, like this. Now I want to store the height of the constructor. I want to change the height of aquarium according to the number of fish. This length and width will remain the same, but the height of water will change according to the number of fish. It means we get more fish into the aquarium, we need more water. If we have less fish in our aquarium, we have less water. For now we can change that like this. Tank, this is the volume of water divided by length times width, and again this is the height of constructor to integer. Like this we can calculate tank divided by length times width, and to integer it will change our value to integer. Now let's go to the second. I want to remove all of them. I want to create a new instance, number of fish equal to 40, and now I want to print the size. Before this I want to create a default constructor val AC aquarium 1 equal to aquarium, and now this is the default aquarium, and this aquarium will print the size. Now let's see what will happen. See, aquarium initialization volume letter, it is displaying this one, and here it will display this one, and the third one is width 20, length 100, the height is 40. Now the second initialization is aquarium number of fish. Using this constructor you are creating aquarium class object with the help of this constructor. This is the secondary constructor, and the number of fish we are sending is 40. Now the aquarium is initializing, volume is 80 and width is 20 and the length is like 100 and the height is how much? 44. Now we change the height according to our need. We change the height here. Now if I send as a 60, if I run the program, so our height will change according to the number of fish that we are sending. Now let's get this volume here. I want to print the volume after this. I want to print here. I want to print the volume. I want to print the volume. Print ln the volume equal now aquarium dot width times aquarium dot length times aquarium dot height divide by 1000 and at the end letter. Now let's see the output. Now I don't need this default one. I want to remove this one. If I run the program, now according to the number of fish our volume will change, because aquarium initialization the default value it was 80, but now we change after the secondary constructor the number of fish is width dot height. We change the height of that. Here we change the height to 66. It changed to 66, and now the volume will print 2 times, one here, this one, and after we create this constructor is running, because these two init block will run first, and after these two init blocks this secondary constructor will run for you. Even though I change the position of this to here at the beginning, but this init block will run first, and after init block the primary constructor, the secondary constructor will run for you. Now we change the height. We change the height here, and we will get the different volume here. After this we will get different volume. Now this was for secondary constructor. Now what if I need this volume here? I want to print this volume here inside this println. For that I want to create an instance of volume or a variable var. I want to create as a var. Inside var let's make it a val first, and it is the volume, and this is the integer. And now after specifying this, it's telling that you must initialize this volume. You can initialize that using get. You cannot specify that direct. You can use this get function, and this get function will get for us this one, equal sign and width times height times length divide by 1000. It means this volume need to be it means calculated. After calculation of this value, we have to store that inside the volume, and then we get that value here. Now I want to print that value here. Println volume is equal to volume. Now this is not an for example, this is not an static value. This volume will change. This volume of water, this is the volume of water of aquarium. This will change according to the height, according to the width. After calculation of these, we will get the value. For that we make an getter function. Actually by default it has a getter or setter, but we want to change the getter. of by default of Aquarium. Now you can use this, and now you can print like this. And now I want to remove this one. I don't need these lines of code. If I run the program right now, the first thing you see Aquarium initialization, the second volume at T, and the third one is like width, because this print size is printing these two lines. And this is the constructor itself, the secondary constructor, this one. I want to remove this, like okay, keep it as right now. Now this was getter. Even you can do, the best part is you have to, a good programming style is you have to keep it in the second line. The getter, you should keep it in the second line. Now we can specify a setter value. We want to change the value of volume also according to the some coding. Now I want to change the set, and it will get a value, and after getting a value it will store for us. See the error, you have to do it like this. You have to indent that. You have to make a space. It means you have to make a space for that to change the value. Now here it is getting error. Now let's see what is the error. If you print it here, change to var like this, it will do for this. It means it will change for as the val into the var. Why it is changing the val to var? Because if it is the val value, if once it is initialized, then we cannot change the value of val. The val data type will not change, so we can make it to var to change that value in the future. Now set the value. I want to get this value, it is the volume. Now I want to change the height of, I want to change this height of Aquarium according to this volume I'm getting, this value I'm getting. I will change the height. Height is equal, I want to get that value, and I want to do times 1000, and again divide by width times length. Why I am doing this? Because actually I cannot set directly like volume equal to value, because I cannot set direct, because this volume again it is getting the setter. Again it is like this. In the other programming language again it's like this, a volume like volume dot set, and we specifying the value like this. Again it will go infinite loop like this. If we do this, it will go infinite loop. If it is set value, again it will call this value, again it when it come to set value, it will come here, again it will call this one, again if it comes to here, again it will call this one. It means it will go infinite call infinite loop. Now we don't need that value here, we cannot do this, so I have to remove that. I have to change the height of this Aquarium, because when according to the volume I want to change the height, and after I change the height we get the value automatically. It will calculate the volume of this height. It will calculate for us. Now let's see the output, but before that we want to create the number of fishes 16, and now if I print that we will get this value, but I want to change the volume. Now Aquarium dot volume to like it was 80 before, now I want to change to 200. And now again if I print Aquarium dot print size, now let's see, I want to remove this one second constructor, because it's printing 2 times for us the constructor. Now if I run the program, let's see, first time it was Aquarium initialization 20, 100, height is 66, and the volume is 122. Now the second time we change the volume. After changing the volume we change the height also. Now width is 20, length is 100, but height is 100. We change the height and our volume will automatically change here like this. It was getter and the setter value. It was getter and setter. So that is it for this video. If you like it, please thumbs up. If you don't like, please comment below so I can improve myself and you also. No one is complete. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notification. You will be the first one to get my new tutorials. Thank you for watching and see you soon on the next video.